The only reason you care is because you don't like Trump.
We do not have any fear.
If the police tell you to stop, you stop.
No! No! Shame! Shame! Oh my...
What's up, everybody? My name is Amir Odom, and in this video we'll be reacting to the insane clips from recent ICE protests from across America. Now, these protests are stemming from the recent ICE shooting, which I did do a video covering that, so if you haven't, be sure to subscribe and check out that video as well, me breaking down the shooting. But in this video specifically, we're going to be hearing some reactions and commentary from people about ICE, why they're protesting, and even why some people are against it. Because here on this channel, my main goal here is to equip you with the tools to share your opinion on tough topics from a rational perspective, and this ICE stuff has gotten people real divided, so let's dive in, hear a couple different perspectives, and see what's going on. And also, if you like this kind of content, be sure to subscribe. It helps the channel grow a ton. Without further ado, let's dive right into this video.
You guys don't care about that white lady. You guys don't care about Renee at all. You guys don't care about that lady that lost her life, that got unalived by the ICE agent. You guys don't even care about her. The only reason you care is because you don't like Trump. Anything attached to Trump, you're not going to like. You're not going to like it. Because if you truly, truly, truly believe...
Facts. People are only, I feel like personally, there's a lot of people angry right now and real fired up and going in the streets merely just because they hate Trump. And not even so much that they just hate Trump, but that like you want to be a part of the crowd, just be a part of like what everybody's doing and be like well liked, I guess, on social media. I don't know what it is, but it's like at the drop of a dime, everyone comes out and protests and hip hip hurrah over things that have always been going on.
That ICE agents are so evil and you hate them so much. You would have hated them when Obama was around too. But you don't.
My point exactly. My point exactly. ICE has been around. It's not like ICE is new. The only thing that's new about ICE is how they're literally doing their job even more and kicking out the people who aren't supposed to be here, which blows my mind even more that all this stuff going on, all the protests that we've been going through in this video and all the crime, everything that's going on is all for illegal citizens. This isn't like blacks versus white. This isn't about like legal citizens. It's literally illegal people. It's equivalent to if I just went to Japan and stayed there. They're gonna kick me out. I'm not a citizen of Japan. There are people here who have snuck in, broke into the country, and are trying to stay here in ICE, immigration customs enforcement, enforcing the law, enforcing the rules, and make sure people are getting out of here. That's all they're doing, and they have been doing that, but no one seems to have cared until Trump's in office. ICE was around when Biden and Kamala was president. Granted, they were way more relaxed and letting people in, but Obama, he was really deporting people back in the day, and not a peep was about that. It's, especially with social media, a lot of this stuff is just performative.
You guys only hate them now because it's under the Trump administration, but you didn't care when 3 million people were deported. You guys didn't care about them. You guys only care about it now because one, you see everybody hopping on this train and you want to be a part of the show. You just want to be cool like everybody. You just want to blend in and you're not brave enough to have an opinion of your own. So you're just a follower. That's what it is.
Which I'm not going to push back entirely, but I will give grace because I used to be there. I will give grace to the people who don't speak up because of how jarring it is and how it's literally like life altering. Now, is it worth it in the long term? Yes. I wish everybody could speak out. Everybody shared their raw opinion. However, it is hard for some people out here because in large part, you will lose a good chunk of your friends if they're not open-minded, I guess. If you're really deep in the trenches on the left, you may just lose all your friends. You very well may. Like I've gotten into some conversations about ICE, and one of my good liberal friends that I always have conversations with, we just ended the friendship like 2 days ago over this very thing that's going on. And I thought he was a really cool guy, but it's over now just because he thinks I'm just insanely too crazy. He doesn't get my point, and I personally have to sit there and end the friendship because of how emotionally charged he was. He wasn't coming at me to have a conversation and move on. He was coming to me to talk to me, to demean me, to belittle me, and then move on. I'm like, I'm not gonna have that. I'm all for us agreeing and disagreeing or not talking about a topic. That's fine, but like if we're gonna talk about a topic, we're gonna actually talk about it, not talk at each other. We're gonna talk with each other, and he wasn't doing that. So I can see how people are scared to speak out, but at the end of the day, you should.
This lady should still be here. No doubt in my mind, she should still be here. But you liberals unalived your own kind. You guys pumped her head up so much and yeah, you can do it. All for the camera, all just for social media. And now look, anybody know how the dog's doing? Where's PETA? Somebody need to call PETA. But yeah, and I just want to let you guys know that you guys don't care about this lady.
That is interesting too. You literally had Renee's wife shouting at her, "Go, drive, drive." I think honestly, these people forget that ICE is the government, and especially TSA. You're not gonna act wild in the airport. The same thing applies to these ICE agents. You can't just interrupt them doing their job and try to block their car and force them to, like, no. These are the feds. This is the government. If you're not doing anything wrong and you're a legal citizen, they'll just check your ID and you'll move on. We've seen examples of that happening, but even then, it still pisses people off because they're like, they shouldn't be checking ID, they shouldn't be doing this. Listen, there's a lot of issues and things going on in this country that we need to fix, that we need to worry about, and we cannot do that if all our resources are going to people who aren't even legal citizens to begin with. It just doesn't work out. Logistically, it makes no sense. It doesn't make sense that you're saying America suck, America bad, white people this, but then you're fighting for people to stay here. One end, you're protesting about how much this country sucks, and on the other end, you're protesting for all the people that broke into this country because they recognize the blessings afforded to them here and not their own country. If America's that bad, wouldn't you be encouraging them to leave? If it's that horrible here, that unsafe, that bad, that horrible, wouldn't you encourage them to leave? And if not, if you want them to stay, and even them, they acknowledge, hello, illegal immigrants, that they snuck into this country, broke into this country, however they got in here, they're here because of the things that they can obtain here in America that they can't in their own home country. That's a clear sign that we do things different here. It's a clear sign that it's better to live in America than their own home country. And they're here for a reason, and that reason is law and order for the most part. The reason that they are here is because we stand on business. The reason we are here is because we are a country filled with laws and rules, and there's things that make this country flow and work. And if we have people not following the law, if we have people pushing back against this idea of what America is, and America just crumbles, there's no foundation. I think people really forget why they're coming to America in the first place. They really do. If it's that bad, if it's that decrepit, then leave and go back to the country that you're waving the other flag from. Otherwise, acknowledge why you're here and really think about it for a second, and then stop complaining in the streets about how horrible it is. You know what's so crazy about this? This is two people. One of them's Cam Higme, the other is Nick Sortor. I'm sure I'm butchering his name. Nick and Cam in the car, and their car is surrounded by protesters. They're screaming, "Get out, get clapped, we gonna hurt you." Now why the hell would they get out the car? At that, this is the party of peace, love, and equality. This, mobbing around cars, breaking their windows, spray painting it, smashing it. This is what y'all do? And then you want to get mad when... I'm gonna let it play.
Get out of the way! Get out of the way!
Period. You want to blockade people? No. And then you wonder why people get hit and why people get shot. Like, you can't surround and ambush a vehicle, smash their windows, yell at them, spray paint their car, and not think you might get ran over, and not think, the police are going to want to deal with me after this. There's nothing right about going about things this way for two people that are just documenting what's happening. You're only proving the point of how crazy y'all are. You're only proving the point of how manipulated you actually can be for to go out in the streets at a drop of a notice dime and protest like clockwork. All it takes is one event, one little thing to happen. We ought to run into the streets and try to fight people, ambush people, protest, breaking buildings. It's like y'all literally sit here and let the media tell you and dictate your emotional state. You're letting mainstream media tell you, hey, get mad at this one right here. Go protest over here. Go do this, go do that. Do you not realize how crazy this is? You're falling for the plot. You're falling for the trap because y'all don't do none. Y'all don't protest in support of police when police get ran over, when police get shot. You don't do none of that. It's literally all so performative, and then you only go out in the streets when they say to. It blows my mind. And then you want to go out here and act this violent and act this crazy. It's no wonder people don't want to speak out, because there's people out there who actually have friends that get this angry, that get this passionate, and it's just sad to see. I get the DMs, I get the comments. There's people who actually do want to speak out and offer up a different perspective or push back a little, but they can't. They're literally scared to because they want to get canceled, they don't want to get doxxed. And I have to be honest with you on that topic. If you ever want to prevent yourself from getting doxxed, then I highly recommend you take a look into today's sponsor, Aura. because it is genuinely concerning how much of our private information is out there willy-nilly. From people getting doxxed and all that information that's being out there, the non-stop spam phone calls, the texts, them damn UPS texts, and the emails for things you didn't sign up for, it's too much. Because the problem is that there are data brokers that pull in any information they can on you that's on the internet, and they sell it for profit, which that alone is beyond crazy that everything about you is just online ready to be Googled. However, with Aura, this all comes to an end. It's a service that protects all of your information and does the work of a lot of different apps in one. They do the reaching out and tell data brokers to remove your information because by law they have to, but they make it incredibly hard to do that, so just let Aura handle that for you. But they also offer spam call protection, identity theft protection, financial fraud protection. It's a VPN, it's a password manager. It does so much all under one app that is nationally recognized and respected. It's digital protection for everything that matters, and granted that my life, not just my life, but your life too, is online. I'm thankful that we've got Aura to help protect us. It's easy to use, it's sleek, and it's honestly the one-stop shop that a lot of people out there have been looking for. There's literally an app for everything out there, so having this all in one really simplifies it. So listen, it's 2026 in the world of AI and all these different scammers out there. It really is up to you. Either you continue to let people exploit and profit off of your private information, or you can go to aura.com, aura.com/Amir to start your 2-week free trial. You can also access that by tapping the link below or scanning the QR code here on the screen.
Say it loud, say it clear. Say it loud, say it clear. We do not have any fear. We do not have any fear.
We're not out here to joke around. We're not out here just to be seen. We're out here to make our voices heard. We are all clearly affected of what's going on. I know I am, especially as a Latino. While we are standing up for our people, would you give us peace and reassurance, Father? Help us stay in unity together. Let our voices be heard and protect those who can't fight for themselves, Father.
That is very sweet. The prayer was very nice, but there's a couple things I want to point out about that video. One, stay y'all asses in school. Just stay in school. Two, our people. These illegals are not our people. I'm sorry. I understand some people have grown deep ties with certain illegal immigrants out there, but I will always default to this one question that I continue to ask everyone out there. And I urge you guys to ask the question too. If, like, as an illegal immigrant, not even as a legal immigrant, just immigrants in general, legal and illegal, why are you here in America? Very simple question. Why are you here? Obviously, you're here for a reason. You came here, or your family came here. Why did they come here? It's different for me. It's different for people who were born here. But for people who immigrated here, why are you here? Is it because of our laws? Is it because of the rights that you have here that you don't own? Is it because the cartel is not after you here? Is it because of all the blessings that you're afforded here because we stand on business and we have rules? If that's the case, follow the rules. That's all I ask. That's all I want. Because without a rules, without that structure, without that foundation, this country will crumble, as we already have seen that happening in the first place. We can't just sit here, go out in the streets, leave school, march, hip hip hurrah, complain, protest, without an actual plan. And that plan can't contradict itself. We can on one end say we need to address while our taxes are going, this is bad, fraud this, healthcare this, student loans this, infrastructure this, water this. We can't have this laundry list of things we want to address while also saying, yeah, we're on stolen land and anybody who wants to come here deserves to be here. Nobody's illegal. Come on in. That's not how a country works. It's just not. It's always been so mind-blowing to me that people are very quick to put a Ukraine flag and put a Palestine flag, put all these country flags in their bios. Protect this country, help fight this country, stand up for these people. We can't stand up for America? Question mark? You want to fight and protect everybody else to have a border but not us? It's very confusing. So again, I understand these students and these people, especially the Latino community, have close ties to people that are illegal, but like, I'm literally saying the word out loud, you guys. Illegal. There is such thing as an illegal person. Because if you go travel anywhere else on this damn planet and you just stay there, you're gonna turn into an illegal immigrant. And they're gonna ship you back wherever you came from. That's just the truth of the matter. That's all it is.
I'm gonna get home.
So they have the road shut down right now.
What?
What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to get down to Cedar.
No police inside.
No police
They're
here?
doing this.
Oh my God.
What is your message to the people that are trying to shut down the road?
Man, you're messing around with everybody's day of life. Everybody's day of life, not just yours, everybody.
The craziest thing about people, the protesters blocking the streets and blocking the roads and preventing people from driving because they want to spread awareness. Do you realize how many people could be in their car pregnant, their water broke, and they're trying to get to the hospital? Do you realize how many ambulances are out there trying to get to the hospital? and they can't because you decide to block the road because you want to protest and put it on your Instagram story. You know how many people need to pick up their daughters from school? You know how many people, if they're late to work again, they're gonna lose their job in this horrible job market, and you probably got some people fired because you decided to block traffic? Do you realize how much this actually impacts people? This was one of my first like waking up moments back in 2017 when I went to a Black Lives Matter rally down in Atlanta, and they started to go block the interstate, and I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. I'm all for us marching down a street, and that's like what the protest was made to do. They already got the road closures and the mapping. I'm cool with that. Like, people shut down the roads all the time, but like with the city, you just gonna walk in traffic? No. No, that's not okay, because you're impacting so many others' lives. And I think it's Florida where you actually are allowed to just like run over somebody, which personally I do think it's fair game if you're not on a crosswalk. Obviously, there's some context, like in a neighborhood, obviously slow down, kids playing in the street. If you're blocking, if you just walk out into the street, that's just a call for like you offing yourself. It is. You don't get to stand in front of somebody's car on the road. You don't get to do these things. There's consequences to your actions. And at some point, people are really about to say, you know what, F it, I'm standing up to this. And they just going, like, you can't do stuff like this. Stuff like this really deflects from your actual cause and makes people not like you to begin with. And this one's crazy. We're gonna be talking about Ilhan Omar for a little bit. She's responding to a tweet from Homeland Security, DHS. Do not bring your baby to a violent riot, because people were literally showing up with their babies as shields. People are showing up to the protest with their children to like kind of deflect the cops from shooting tear gas and things like that. Ilhan Omar had the nerve to say, there are no violent riots in Minneapolis like you wanted. The only violence we have seen is from your agents terrorizing people. Our neighbors are showing up with love and protection for one another. Love and compassion has always been our North Star. This is love and compassion. This is love and compassion. Breaking into buildings, smashing doors, screaming F.I., spray painting. Y'all are literally destroying a lobby. And I believe this is outside because they think that's where the hotel was that they were staying at. What is your goal to end these people's lives? Like, they're literally the government. What are you doing? And again, all this for illegal immigrants. This ain't even about citizens, y'all. This has nothing to do with like legal people. All this fighting, all this arguing, all this bickering, all this protesting for people who are not supposed to be here anyways. That's crazy.
You all have refused to back down. You all have decided that this resistance is not one that can be intimidated.
I think she deserves to be kicked out of office. I do. Some may think that's a little bit dramatic. Some may think it's a little bit wrong. She deserves to be removed from her position completely. There's no reason an elected U.S. official is protesting for the quote-unquote right of illegal immigrants. That makes no sense. It's one thing back in the day, slavery, like you brought us here, we're here. Like it's one thing we're talking, but that's just a different topic. We're talking about people who broke into the country, okay? We're talking about people who are illegal, okay? Like that's the main crux of this conversation that we're having right now. And to advocate people to protest for illegal people to be here makes no sense to me, especially coming from a refugee. Ilhan Omar is literally a refugee that fled where? To the United States. Why did you flee to the United States? Because all the crime and corruption in your home country. You came here because of the lack of crime and corruption. And now you're aiding to the crime and corruption. Do not come here and try to make it what you fled. It makes no sense to me. All these refugees who come to America and all these illegal immigrants who come to America and don't acknowledge or learn or study why you're here in the first place. That's so weird to me. I genuinely don't get it. It confuses me. I want to understand and hear out people's perspectives, but I don't get it. Do you even acknowledge that here in America, we stand on business, law and order, no cartel, follow the rules, assimilate, become a law-abiding citizen, come in the right way, you're good. But don't come here and try to erode what makes this country great to begin with, especially as an elected U.S. official. Now, before I play this clip, I have to remind you, this is old. This is an old clip. This is from like back in, October 2025. I saw people posting this clip, breaking news. Chicago police, no. This is old. It's from October. Not that old, but like it's from October. It's not right now. He's not referring to what's happening in this very moment, but he is talking about ICE, and he lets a good warning out to protesters out there.
Federal agents, ICE, HSI, are officers. They are agents of law enforcement.
People be forgetting that. They do.
If you box them in with vehicles, it is reasonable for them to believe that they are being ambushed and that this could end in a deadly situation. And it's reasonable for them to use force based on those conditions.
Can you just imagine like you and your homegirls or you and your homeboys, y'all going on a trip to like Miami or like Cancun, y'all going on a vacation. Y'all get to the airport, y'all see TSA, and y'all surround TSA agents, yelling at them, screaming at them, throwing stuff at them. Doesn't that sound crazy? Doesn't that sound wild to ambush TSA in the airport? It's equivalent. So all these protesters out here throwing water bottles, throwing fireworks, throwing all these things at these agents. They're literally officers, like they're with the feds. What are you doing?
Do not box in any law enforcement officer. You are breaking the law when you do that. And you are putting yourself in danger. Following law enforcement agents around. The question is why? What do you plan on doing?
Right.
It's also reasonable for them to believe that you're eventually going to do harm to them. If you ram any vehicle, especially that one that contains law enforcement agents, and that's any law enforcement, local, state, federal, county, and you do this intentionally, this is considered deadly force. Deadly force is anything that can cause great bodily harm or death.
Yep. It is wrong. It is bad. It is not okay to do. You are not allowed to flee an officer, get in your vehicle, and drive towards one. Doesn't matter if the wheels are turning. Doesn't matter if you're just trying to leave the scene. You're not allowed to. The only reason you're there is to impede, referring to the Renee situation. The only reason you're there is to impede on the ICE officers. The only reason you're there is to cause a scene. The only reason you're there is to intimidate. The only reason you're there is because for the long part now, there's been no consequences. There hasn't. And I think we need to bring back personal accountability. And I think we need to tone down empathy. Sounds a little cruel. Boogeyman's here. Enough is enough. This soft ass country, shit needs to change. I'm sorry. It does. We need to bring back law and order. We need to bring back justice and peace. And it's not whatever they got going on right now in the streets, protesting against ICE. No. This is, you guys. What do y'all think so far? Let me know in the comments. And I know the live chat, if you're not here when the video drops, oh, they're so good. If you ever can catch a premiere, they're so good because right now I already know the chat's going. I'm in there. We're all chatting. We're kicking it. Such a good time in the live chat when the video actually drops. But let me know your thoughts. What do you think?
I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. If the police tell you to stop, you stop. If a white man would have been occupying that vehicle and there happened to be MAGA merch on the back of that said vehicle, y'all would be celebrating.
Either celebrating or silent. Ooh. Oh, and I'm so glad Renee wasn't black. Oh. If Renee was black, it would have been George Floyd. I don't even want to say 2.0. They would have took this shit to the moon. It would have been nasty work. Nasty. I'm so glad Renee was a white woman. That's how much virtue signaling and like getting mad for the sake of getting mad is nowadays in this country. It's to the point that we know, had that been a white man with a MAGA hat, silent, crickets, probably never heard about it. And if it was a black person, every building would be burned down right now. That's how you know it's a problem.
You can't pick and choose when to cheer for law enforcement. Kind of reminds me of George Floyd.
Yes.
The cops tell you to stop, you stop.
You know how many things can be avoided in this country if you just comply? Because there's things as suing law enforcement. You can sue the feds. You can sue the government. You can sue your local city. You can. We already know everybody got on the body cams. So if they're doing something wrong, you can fight against it in court. Easy. Easy. So if law enforcement is asking you a question, answer it. They want an ID, just give them your ID. And if they're telling you to stop, stop. Don't resist, don't flee, don't do any of these things. It's not going to help your case whatsoever.
No human being deserves to lose their lives at the hands of anybody else. However, your decisions have consequences.
Thank you.
However good those consequences may be, or however bad those consequences may be, all decisions have consequences. You can say whatever you want about me, to be quite honest, but I stand 10 toes down on if law enforcement, let that be a police officer, ICE, some sort of DEA, any type of law enforcement officer, if they tell you to stop, let me give you a bit of advice. Stop.
Literally stop. Like, that's all you have to do. It's not that hard to comply. It's not that hard to not resist. Like, it's like people just be chimping out. They just be chimping out at the side of a cop. They do. Just rampage. Like, just why? Calm down. You're okay. There's no need to be this tense, uptight, angry, scared. They have on body cams. They be out here just 2 phones. They just be like, it's okay. They're recording too. They have on body cams. They got the cop cameras on and all around the cop cars. We've been through this already. If they're doing something wrong, you can sue. Other than that, just obey orders. Just obey orders.
Hey, so I'm not trying to be rude at all, but Say Her Name is specifically reserved for Black women. That chant started as a direct result, and I remember because I was an organizer at the time. It started in the early days of the Black Lives Matter protests.
I love the infighting. I love how everything's a problem. There's something always wrong. It doesn't stop. There are people saying, say her name for Renee, the person that got shot. And Black people are getting mad because say her name is only for Black women. You're not allowed to chant say her name unless you're referring to someone who has melanated skin. Okay. Which I would get back in the day because Black cases would just get swept under the rug. So say her name, say his name. That made sense. But sir, it's 2026. We saw people say George's name. Okay.
I mean, like Trayvon Martin early days, when Black women who are also being victimized to police brutality, like Sandra Bland, like Rakia Boyd, oh my God, the list is endless. They were not getting the same coverage as Black men and boys who were also being victimized. That's not to say.
I love how he knows all these names, but he can't name like 10 children who got shot in Chicago this last weekend. You know the names that the media and that Black Lives Matter was pushing at you to promote. If a white cop shoots me, it's hashtag Amir Odom. If a Black guy shoots me, it's... And you're proving that case. You can name all these names. It's endless. You're dating back to 2013. The hell you mean it's endless? More people get struck by lightning and die than Black unarmed men get shot by the police. Real statistic, look it up. So that alone is just irritating.
That they are not important is to say that the Black girls and the Black women were completely ignored. Hence, say her name. While I understand the severity of what just transpired, it is also important to recognize that that does not mean that you should co-opt other people's movements. Black women own that for a very good reason. Rest in peace to Renee, but say her name is not reserved for white women.
This is exactly why I said I'm glad that Renee wasn't Black. This is exactly why I said that if Renee was a Black man or a Black woman, 2020 times 100, easily. Everything's so much more inflamed now. It makes no sense to me. Even though there's a lot more people who have woken up since 2020, this group of people just seemed like more angry, just more tense, just like, damn. It's jarring.
Shoot me! Don't shoot me! Don't shoot! Hands up, 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 don't shoot!
It's things like this that make people racist. Like the thoughts that just go through my head sometimes, I'm like, maybe I am just, you know what? Because I can't. This is stupid. It's genuinely stupid. Hands up, don't shoot. If you don't want to get shot, get the hell out the road, take your ass home and go to bed. You're saying hands up, don't shoot, as if they're just out here shooting people willy-nilly for no reason. Why are you equating yourself to someone that's getting shot? Like I said before, more people are dying, getting struck by lightning. You talking about hands up, don't shoot? Go do that in the hood and see what happens. Hands up, don't shoot. Don't work out there. By our own people, our own color. Y'all really got the nerve to be out here in the streets in Minneapolis, in front of these ICE agents, in front of these police. Hands up, don't shoot. Don't shoot me. Go take your ass home. No one's gonna shoot you. If you just obey law and order, and you are a civilized human being in this society, you ain't gonna get shot. You'll be fine. You will be fine. Don't taunt the police. Don't throw things at them. Don't push them. Don't touch them. Don't box them in, and you'll be fine. There's so much to be said right now. But I want whoever's watching this to look at this and do not become this. We've gone through a fair bit in this video. That last one, I don't know what the hell that is, but reminder, do not become that. And the moral of the story, do not allow mainstream media, these politicians, social media, TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, friend groups, don't allow these people to dictate your emotions and tell you how to think. It's one thing if you're getting your news from both sides, and I feel like maybe even sometimes, I hope I don't give off the vibe like I'm trying to tell you how to think. I hope I'm just showing you different angles and why I think the way I think, why my friends think the way they think. But at the end of the day, I want you to think for yourself. I don't want you to be out here in the streets hip and hollering and yelling like I was ignorantly in 2017, 2016. Because I was very ignorant, lack of knowledge, ignorant. I didn't know what I was doing. I had no foundation. I had no moral basis. I was just regurgitating headlines. I was getting very emotional and hyper fixated off of just tweets. Whatever I was saying on Twitter, well, X, whatever I'm saying on X, whatever I'm saying on CNN, MSNBC, whatever Philip DeFranco or Hassan Piker is telling me to get angry at, which I still watch them because I try to stay grounded. I still watch all the left-leaning news that I used to watch all the time because it's good to get other perspectives and, you know, keep me a little more grounded. But think for yourself, dude. Like, it's not worth it. It's not worth being led astray by everybody else. It's not worth following the mob crowd. It's not worth being vocal about something you aren't knowledgeable on and not really have any feelings towards. So as always, let me know in the comments below what you thought about this video. Was there any clips that really shocked you, that really surprised you? Did you see anything that was just like, yeah, no, that's too far? Let me know in the comments below. And aside from this video, I just want to talk directly to you. Thank you for your time. Well, one, thank you for your time watching this video. But two, I hope that you understand and know that whatever you're going through right now in life, it's called going through it for a reason. You're not stuck there. You will survive. Listen, I know the year just started, but maybe it's already a shit show. Who knows? But what I do know is that nothing is thrown your way in life that you aren't built to handle. You just got to tap in, lock in, focus on you and only you, and you will prosper and you will get through this. You will. So with that being said, my name is Amir Odom. Thank you for your time watching this video. Be sure to like and subscribe. Helps your channel grow a ton. We're on our road to 1 million. Huge goal for 2026, but that's what I'm shooting for, 1 million subscribers. Let's do this. And as always, I will catch you in the next video. Deuces.